Lenovo recently announced Lenovo A6000, which is the most affordable 4G smartphone in India at a price of Rs 7,000. But is it worth buying? Let's find out. This is Saurabh Nahar here from All About Technologies, and you're watching the full review of Lenovo A6000. So let's first unbox the device, and as you can see we have Lenovo A6000 box pack here, and on the top it says Lenovo service and warranty assured, and it also says we have a screen protector included inside the box pack, which is really good. And at the back the price quoted is rupees 6,999, which is the actual MRP that you pay to the Flipkart. And if we talk about the specs, we have Qualcomm Snapdragon 64-bit 1.2 GHz quad-core processor. We have a 5-inch HD display, 1 GB of RAM, 8 GB of internal storage. You can expand up to 32 GB via micro SD card. Rear camera is an 8 megapixel autofocus camera with LED flash. Front camera is a 2 megapixel fixed focus camera. SIM card, you get dual SIM support, and the SIM 1 will support 4G LTE. You have a battery which is a 2300 mAh battery. Now let me just quickly open the box pack so that we can take a look at the contents of the box pack. So as we open the box pack, on the top we have the Lenovo A6000 in black color, and in India only the black color is available right now. And the device feels very lightweight, and you can see the back cover is a matte finish back cover. Looks really good. But we'll keep the device aside for the time being and take a look at the contents of the box pack. And inside the box we have some documentations over here. So on the top we have the quick start guide, and we also have a product information guide and a limited warranty statement which gives you 1 year warranty for the device, and an additional booklet. So we'll keep it aside. And moving ahead, we also have a screen protector which was mentioned on the box pack earlier that we have read. So that is really nice. And you get a 2300 mAh capacity battery, which is very decent for this device. And I'll check out how the battery life is on the device, and I'll let you know later in this video. And you do get a USB to micro USB cable for charging your device, as well as you can use it for connecting your device to the PC or your Mac system. And you also get a earphone which are very decent, and you can use them for calls, etc. And also you can listen music. You have a button, dedicated button, and a mic for receiving the call. And we'll keep this aside for the time being. And we also have power adapter, which is a Indian pin style power adapter which can be used for charging your device. And you can see the info in case you want to see. So that's about it from the box pack. Let's keep it aside and let's take a look at the battery, which is the 2300 mAh battery over here. And I'll insert this battery inside the phone. So let me just remove this plastic off the screen, and you can see we have some specs which say it's vibrant HD display, twin speakers with Dolby, and Qualcomm Snapdragon processor. So I've removed this plastic film, and I'll open this back cover so that we can insert this battery and power on the device and take a look at the user interface of the device. Now let me just remove this plastic off the camera, and do remember to remove this plastic off when you buy the device. And you can insert SD card up to 32 GB, which is standard, and you can also insert 2G SIM in SIM 2 slot and a 3G or 4G or 2G SIM in SIM 1 slot, which is good. Now let me just insert this battery so that we can power on the device. And let me just place this black back cover. Now let's just power on the device and I'll be back after the setup. So the device is finally booted up, and as you can see the screen is very bright and vibrant, and I'll reduce the brightness first. Also the screen is very reflective, as you can see. I'll reduce the brightness, and we also have auto brightness sensor. Now let's take a physical overview. So on the top we have Lenovo branding, above which is the earpiece. Next to it are the couple of sensors, and we also have a 2 megapixel front facing camera. At the bottom we have 3 touch capacitive buttons. They are not backlit, and it includes the multitasking home and the back key. And we also have 5-inch screen, which is an HD screen with a resolution of 1280 by 720. And I would like to mention that the quality of the screen is really good, the touch response is good, and also the viewing angles are good. And if we take a look at the right side of the device, we have the power button as well as the volume control key, and they are very solid and tactile. Moving to the back, we have the 8 megapixel camera with LED flash, and we also have a secondary noise cancellation mic, and this 8 megapixel camera can shoot 720p videos. We also have Lenovo branding, and at the bottom we have dual speakers with Dolby support. And on the left we just have nothing. At the bottom is the microphone, which is the primary microphone. At the top we have a 3.5 mm audio jack as well as the micro USB port. Now let's take a look at the UI of the Lenovo A6000, and it looks like an UI of an iPhone, as we have seen earlier on the Xiaomi devices. So all your apps stay on the home screen and you don't have a app drawer, so you can create folders as well as you can keep it as it is on the home screen. So that is the whole UI, which is pretty simple, and you can also delete the pre-installed apps, which is a good thing that Lenovo has done. And now let's just go into the settings and take a look at the Android version that we have on the device. So the Android version that we have is the 4.4.4 Kitkat out of the box. And if we go into the apps section, let's take a look at the storage and RAM available. So the storage available is 4.4 GB out of the 8 GB, and you can also expand it via micro SD card, and the available RAM is 492 MB. Now let's take a look at the benchmark scores on the Lenovo A6000. So starting up with CPU-Z application, it says we have 1.2 GHz quad core processor coupled with Adreno 306 GPU at 400 MHz. If we go into the system, the model number is Lenovo A6000, Android version is 4.4 KitKat, screen resolution is 720 by 1280, total RAM is 900 MB, and the internal storage is 4.69 GB out of 8 GB. This is the battery related information, and it says 2000 mAh battery, which is wrong. And we have three sensors, which is light, proximity and accelerometer sensor, and we have 5 multi-touch points on the device. The device scored 54.2 FPS on Nina Mark II. The quadrant standard benchmark score was 11,637, and you can see the details in case you want to know. On the Geekbench, the single core score was 483 and the multi-core score was 1461. And on Antutu benchmark, the score was 20,697, and you can also see the details in case you want to know. So that was a few benchmark tests. Now let's take a look at the camera on the device. So here is the camera UI, and as you can see it is pretty simple enough. You can go into the pictures from here. Here is the shutter button, and we also have three modes which include camera, video and panorama mode. And we also have HDR mode, so you can click pictures in HDR mode. You also have scene mode and various other modes over here, so you can select them as per your requirements. And you also have various other settings, general settings, which includes picture quality if you want to select the picture quality. And you also have storage position, from which you can switch between the SD card and the phone storage and various other modes. And you also have settings for camera, so if you have knowledge of manual settings you can change the settings manually for taking some good pictures. So these were the few settings on the phone. Now let's take a look at the pictures taken from this phone. In this picture, as you can see from the center, the picture is blurry because I selected the focus area manually and there is some issue with it, so it need to be fixed. Apart from it, the pictures were detailed and sharp enough, and also exposure settings are needed to be fixed as exposure levels are not proper. The front camera on this device is really good and it impressed me a lot, and you can see the selfies that were taken by the front camera. And here is a 720p video that I have taken from the rear camera, which is an 8 megapixel camera, and you can only shoot 720p videos from the rear camera. And you can see the autofocus capability of this camera is really good. Due to the low FPS score on Nina Mark II, the gaming experience was highly affected, and I tried playing GTA San Andreas and Modern Combat 5, and you can see the gameplay, it was not very good. And when I played Asphalt 8, it was really good in medium graphics mode. I was able to see some minor frame drops, but it was just smooth enough compared to GTA San Andreas and Modern Combat 5. The UI on the Lenovo A6000 is slightly customized, so let's take a look at the features that we have on Lenovo A6000. Swipe from top right to the left to change the wallpaper, and from left to right to go to the previous wallpaper. You can also change the theme by going into the themes option, and you have one pre-installed theme, so you can change between the current theme and the pre-installed theme in case you don't like the current theme. Also, you have a lot of settings for the desktop or the home screen, so you can change the settings as per your requirements, and you also have settings for desktop transition, so you can change that in case you want to. So finally, what I like about the Lenovo A6000 is that it is very affordable considering the specs that we get for this price. Also secondly, you will get a good battery life if your usage is moderate to low. Also, the display is really good, it is bright and has great viewing angles, although it is slightly reflective, what I don't like about the display. Also, the dual speakers at the back with Dolby are really good and they sound good. And these were the few things what I like about the phone. Now what I don't like about the Lenovo A6000 is the flash sale model, as a lot of people won't be able to get their hands on the Lenovo A6000 due to flash sales. Secondly, I believe that affordable smartphone with the specs that we have on Lenovo A6000 should have stock Android, as it improves the overall performance and experience together. Thirdly, it could have been great if there was 3G support on the SIM 2 considering the competitors. And also the internal storage is just 4.5 GB and apps cannot be installed on external SD card, so that is a disappointment. Also OTG is not supported. So these were the few things what I don't like about the Lenovo A6000. So that's about it guys. Thank you guys for watching. Do hit the like button if you like my work and hit the subscribe button for more such videos, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Google+. This is Saurabh Nahar here from All About Technologies. Thank you guys for watching.